Sunrise host David Koch and Natalie Barr have come under fire for an interview with US commentator and noted Amber Heard critic Cooper Lawrence. Lawrence, who has savaged Amber Heard on the morning show in the past, was again enlisted to discuss Heard's upcoming US Today interview, of which a snippet was released today. During the Sunrise interview, the radio personality took several swipes at the Aquaman star, accusing her of trying to continue a toxic relationship with her husband Johnny Depp, despite Heard initiating divorce proceedings against Depp back in 2016. Asked about the footage of Heard's upcoming interview, which sees the 36-year-old admitting that she has so much regret surrounding her marriage to Depp while standing by her abuse allegations, Lawrence accused her of lying again. "I think she's on the You Need to Listen to Me tour." Lawrence mused of Heard's comments from her sit-down with the Today Show Savannah Guthrie. Yet, she has those awkward moments that she's had during the trial where you're kind of like, wait, are you lying again? It's like she can't get her own story straight that she memorized for this interview, and she's not even under oath. Lawrence, who has a PhD in psychology, according to her website, went on to directly reference Heard's comment that Depp had successfully convinced the jury due to his acting prowess, remarking that he's the man who convinced the world that he has scissors for fingers. I mean, the thing is, we know that Johnny Depp doesn't have fingers that are scissors. We also don't think that he was once a real pirate. The whole thing is really odd and really weird, and I'm trying to figure out what her intention was here. She said to laughs from the host. Elsewhere, Barr asked whether Heard could be sued for defamation again, given the abuse allegations from the trial have been repeated publicly. Depp was awarded $14.4 million in damages after the jury ruled that Heard had defamed him by referring to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse in an op-ed for the Washington Post in 2018. Heard did not name Depp in the piece, but he sued her for implying that he was a domestic abuser. Heard later countersued, claiming that Depp's lawyer, Adam Wallman, defamed her by saying that her abuse claims were a hoax. The jury awarded her $2 million. This morning, Lawrence boldly claimed that Heard has been poking the bear since her divorce from Depp, because she still wants him in her life. Remember, they had divorced in 2017, things were over, she said I want him to move on, but then she wrote this article and she's been poking the bear ever since because she still wants him in her life, even if it's in a negative way. They do have a toxic relationship and she clearly wants to continue it. She went on to say that she was expecting Heard to be honest in the interview, and I was kind of looking for her to be more likable and more honest here, and to say all the things we've been hoping she'd say all along, which she does for like 2 seconds, and then she goes back to her whole Johnny's an abuser, he's a liar, etc. It's weird. Agreeing that it's weird, Koch wondered aloud whether Depp would sue again just to shut her up. Slamming the vicious segment, author and feminist voice Clementine Ford tweeted, "Why is Sunrise on 7 so invested in wheeling out people to continually pile onto a woman who has already had 12 out of 14 allegations of domestic abuse against her agreed within a UK court? Why is it so important to them that the viewers be fed the villainous woman fiction?" Ford is referring to Depp's 2020 lawsuit against The Sun over an article that labeled him a wife beater. Depp lost his libel action, with the judge finding the article's claims to be substantially true. He promised global humiliation to the women he also freely called a cum guzzler and a whore, and a slut and fat ass, and who he described as wanting to F the burnt dead corpse of. But yes, she's the one desperate for his attention. Ford said of Depp's horrific text about his ex aired in court. She concluded, Amber Heard has endured abuse, she's now being abused repeatedly by a braying public who just love being given an excuse to proudly and openly flay a woman in real time. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.